We have some changes. We have a new household member and we made some more changes to our small business area. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to part 28 of my Rags to Small Business Challenge. And if you are returning, welcome back. So first, our new household member is actually a sim from my Drifter save. He's from house 6. He's one of the children. George Driver. So he's a teen. I can't remember I said that, but in that particular house, I was actually allowed to control everybody in the house. A lot of the houses you can only control like the main sim, sometimes the secondary sim, but in that particular house I could. So he actually has the scouting aptitude trait, and like I said, but he's not heavily skilled, and his whole family, i.e. his parents and most of his siblings, except for the sibling who went on to do the next generation, are in this save, but they live in Willow Creek, which is where they lived in that particular challenge. In the house and everything, I plopped it all down. So he's here on like an exchange, and he's staying with them to get to know the new area, the new world. And we're actually going to adopt him as a care dependent by both of our parents. But he may end up being a romantic interest for Sophia down the line. I don't really want to actually do any romance who might be a significant interest later as teens. I don't know whether they'll do anything, with other Sims. If I wasn't focusing on small business, I might, because from the love struck aspect, it's probably good to try and do some of those aspirations as a teen and then move on and have the benefits from them later on. But it's not going to be obviously a focus for this particular Let's Play. If I do it, I'll do it most likely off camera. So George let's actually adopt him as a care dependent, and then we'll go over what the changes were, and I'll show for the business, the business area. I essentially, built it out a little bit more. I had done some already, and I had mentioned it in the last part, but I did a bit more after that. So we're going to go under relationship, change relationship, and we're going to adopt as care dependent. And that's so if he does something, we can discipline him, and he's going to ask questions anyways. We always get the pop-ups. It doesn't matter whether they are. So I want to be able to, counter that by doing some, disciplining or encouraging, really. So we're going to, not parenting yet. We're going to go relationship, change relationship, and adopt is for both of them, like I said. And so I plan. The reason I thought of adding a sim was because we still need to do this earn bronze level 3 times from attending hobby classes. And there's 3 businesses that come with the pack, but only 2 of them let you take hobby classes. You can take pottery at the one, and the other one you can take writing. Writing we can do, and pottery we could probably do because I believe, obviously, Audrey has maxed it, but the other 2 haven't. And what I had found, usually if you go to a class and have, all your Sims taking in the class, whoever you have start the class, initiate it, they're the ones who have to do the things to get the level, like the bronze, silver, or gold. But usually everyone who's there will get it to count for them. But one of the things, just like when we're teaching, is, to be mentored because you're taking a class, whereas we have to mentor when we're teaching. And of course, for Audrey, she can't be mentored in the pottery skill. So, but it turned out we probably could have not added a sim to the house to get those done because the other 2 don't have those skills, the pottery skills, because at the next tier, you need to get a gold. So you actually have to do 4 classes, which is quite a lot when there's only 2 businesses that come in the pack that you can take classes, hobby classes, not lectures. Lectures are not classes, right? So they have to be classes. So the other alternative is you could, set up a business and have a different skill being taught, but that requires you to have the sim and all the stuff to be able to do that. So, but I had thought of it, and when I realized I didn't, I was like, oh, maybe it would be good to have a teen who could be a long-term, in the future partner for Sophia, and then I can make sure they're skilled and have all the stuff I like versus just some random sim, which I prefer not to do and to be bothered with dealing with. So Anyways, he looks younger because I actually had him take a potion of youth because he had the bubbles when I placed it in the save. I'm not sure why, because I think it was just to do with the different lifespans between the two saves. I'm thinking, because I've had that happen before. Like, he would have aged up if I hadn't, like, turned aging off. Though I realized in the end I could have just probably used UI cheats to set his age a bit lower. But I'm used to not doing that. I'm used to just using the youth potion to do it. So that's that. And I am planning on going over to take our first class for this, so we can start working on this, because when you get to the 3rd tier, you have to teach classes. And since we're doing teaching classes for Audrey as part of her small business, I thought it made sense that we actually, get to that tier of this. And also I want to be able to get these done while we don't have the skills. So the business, I had mentioned that I had changed and added some like nicer items and some more decorative stuff. So we're over here, but now I'm going to put on the screen what I did, which wasn't everything, but it was most of the money I spent. So in the first place, I bought some nicer furniture and decor items to make it hopefully a little nicer. That's the main thing that I can think. And I took a lot of time looking through things because I was looking for environment scores, and a lot of things don't have any or very high environment scores. But I kind of wonder if it doesn't matter as much, because my Sims tend to, like, they say it's nicely decorated, but when I look at the things, I don't think there's that much with an environment score. But I did get the same picture twice from Dine Out, and right now I'm still using it. And the rug that came with the pack, it had an environment score. It wasn't very high, but it had some. But like the chairs, like, I thought I remembered things having environment scores in the past, but they don't seem to. Or I'm remembering wrong and thinking of previous Sims, because I know, like, in previous Sims, they definitely did. Even, like, the flooring and all that stuff and the wall covering and stuff like that did. So then I was playing in a different save where I went to some classes, and I started thinking that I should probably put the actual class area further at the back versus how I had changed it to have the eating area at the back. So that's where I then went in and changed the size of this room. Essentially, I dragged it back so that we had an out, so that we had the space, because the little class board, it has an area that they teach off of it, and I want to make sure all of it was being used. And that was kind of that didn't take very long. But then I did I bought 2 more pottery things with the chairs to go with it. And some more shelving for putting things to sell on. And some more lights, because with the bigger space, it needed more lights in there. Those are the things I can remember that I bought. And a couple of things I probably bought and didn't really show because they were like, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to do for this? And one thing I noticed when I was editing was that the Sims would come in and then go back out after they registered. So I actually stuck the little thing that you register right outside the door, but I have a little roof overhang that I didn't show. Roof overhangs are free anyways, in case it rains, that there's some shelter there. But I did get a couple of columns to quote unquote hold up the roof overhang, and I don't think I showed that. But anyways, hopefully that's all done. Should be. And let's go back to probably heading over to take our first class, and hopefully it will count for all of them. I wasn't sure when I was thinking about it, because both Sophia and Rat keep, using the clay bob, and that's making me little clay balls or whatever they are, lump of clays, and I always thought maybe their pottery skill might be kind of high, and hers is actually, it's 8 already. I think Rhett's maybe not quite so high. Yeah, it's 5, so we could have done, and I probably will have Rhett do, or I could even have George do it for that matter. And I have them all except for Sophia on that part of the aspiration, because right now I have Sophia harvesting the garden in hopes that she'll get these 5 crystals, because she had already got it for the other part. So I don't know how long that. Oh, Oh, okay, so teens can get these. All of Sophia's efforts are coalescing into, we've already got this one. I thought that Rhett maybe had it. She can channel her experience into art and or that helps nearby Sims. Actually, maybe we don't have this one, but I'm not sure I actually want it. We'll try it. I'll probably end up getting the potion to get rid of it because I can't see me wanting to keep it. We have the creative one. I don't think we have that one. I'm going to look at Rhett because I'm pretty sure if anyone did, it was Rhett that I was. It's under skills, right? So he has Space Bender, Aspirational Thinker, gets more points, Power, and that's the one I'm thinking of getting rid of. Yeah. And then he has the Creative Aura. So he doesn't have it. He has those. I probably need to get rid of a couple of these because I don't know. He's not a performer, so that probably doesn't matter for him. And he doesn't really need a creative aura that can channel that helps Sims build nearby creative skills faster. It's a lot of skills it actually applies to be honest. It's probably not a bad one, but I don't know that. I think I'd rather him have other ones, to be honest. But I don't know if... I don't know that we have the... I don't know what magic he has, what spells. We're going to go here and look at his spell book. Because I don't think he has that much. Yeah, I think he needs to level up his magic. I don't think he's very high. Oh, he is high enough. He's high enough. He could learn Transport Light if he practiced enough. So we're not going to worry about that right now, but I probably will look into replacing them once we have the ability to copy paste, essentially make a copy of the potion. So I don't have to, buy a bunch of them. So for now, as soon as we have, I was going to say as soon as we get this done, I don't know if I want to leave it too late, so we might go sooner rather than later. I might just not bother with her. It is the 7th day of fall, so we don't have to worry about the garden, becoming out of season for some of the items, so it's not that much of a rush for us to harvest everything. And she still hasn't got those crystals. Anyways, I'm going to get them to travel over to, we're going to go to the pottery place and take a pottery class. I'll be back when we're there. So we're traveling, and this is where we're going, to Terra Potta, so the Kootmans. And we're going to go confirm. We're going to take everybody in the household, and then we're going to not visit the household. We're going to visit the actual business, which is Jolanda's. So we're off. So we're here, and actually we're going to gain a mentor. We're going to ask Audrey to be our mentor. We're going to ask to be Audrey's mentee is what it is, but essentially that's the same thing. So that will gain us a mentor, and then I will actually have him trigger the class. Or I suppose, you know what, we'll go with Rat. Rat can trigger the class because he's only level 5 of the pottery skill. So I might end up doing some dividers too, like they have here, but I haven't done that yet. And they have 3 of these. I was thinking of getting another one, but I didn't. So we're going to come in here and, we have to check in at I forgot. We're going to check in. We're going to buy entry into Terra Potta together. And then we will do the class. She's right here. Okay. All right. So let's come here and now ask to start a class. And she's maxed the skill. So you can see what their skill level is. With the writing, I don't think whoever the sim is, they are like maybe level 8 of the skill. And I'm thinking since we've all signed in, we should all, we can check out. So we're here. So let's take a look. We have to listen to the lecture. So we're going to listen to the lecture. As soon as that's an option. Listen to pottery lecture. And there's no point you listening to the lecture. You could, you know what, just craft a ceramic. I mean, maybe what I had noticed is it seemed like we're going to do a raccoon vase. And you guys are doing whatever. You're listening to the lecture. And when you finish listening to the lecture, we will, I I guess you could lecture. You could make something. You could craft. I'm not going to bother crafting. I'm going to probably have her mentor. We'll mentor him. Mentor pottery. So he's supposed to be listening to the lecture. I thought I asked. No, it's Rhett. Oh, it's Rhett. Yucky from crafting pottery. Oh no, George is covered in muck. Okay, so actually we're going to have... You have to keep listening to the lecture for 13 more minutes. And then when we're finished that, we'll have you craft something. And why did that reset? Why is that not... Seriously, are you falling asleep? You look like you're kind of bored. Let me pause this. Creative expert from listening to lecture, so that's inspiring you. Inspired atmosphere from attending hobby class, and I think the rest are just normal, nothing from what's going on here, other than it's decorated. I don't know why he's like, why? I thought I got to 30. Now it's dropped down. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Yeah, it keeps going. Okay, that's kind of annoying. You're gonna craft a ceramic. You're level 5, so you are going to make a candle holder. I can't say I've ever noticed that. I have done these classes in other saves, and it has actually completed. And it's not completing. Okay, well, we'll try that after. Why? You're listening. Oh, you're still listening. Okay, we're going to stop listening because it's not working. It's not counting. It's still going up. You're maybe someone else. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's different. You got 28, 29. Yay! Okay. Why don't you come here and mentor pottery and see if that helps? I guess I could have had her mentor George and see if it would have counted. What I had seemed to have noticed is that it only seemed to count for the sim who initiated the class, like we did with Rat. But I'm not sure that that's what happened here. So it would be good if it was anyone taking the class that got it to register. Okay, you are listening to the pottery lecture. I probably should have rallied the troops before you came, and you can't even order anything. Why don't you... Is there somewhere you can nap? I don't see anything here. There's nowhere for you to sit. Is there somewhere outside that you can sit? There's this, which is not somewhere you can sit either. Well, that's not very good. Oh, there's a bench. You're going to go soon anyway, so we'll just leave you. And there's nowhere to eat. Nothing to eat here anyways. Okay. The mentoring is going down too. Okay. Why don't you ask her to mentor you? Maybe... We can offer to be her mentor. No, probably not for this. We're asking for pottery mentoring because we got 5 minutes. And you're going to make something else. Okay. I should have rallied the troops for Yucky. Okay, can you glaze it? Why don't you glaze it? With blush. Maybe that won't be so yucky. Yucky. Do you not have steel bladder? We're getting you steel bladder, my boy. That's he does have incredibly friendly because he was from long before high school years, which is why he hasn't done the high school year stuff. But I managed to use the club system to get him to meet in quotes, some teens. And so maybe the mentoring... No, I thought I had done mentoring with non-people teaching the class. You can... You can miss it. You can miss it. Okay, well, we got that done. Why don't you glaze that? Oh, it's lit, so you can't glaze it. I don't even know how to, like... Can we, let me see. It doesn't let you I've noticed that you can't. Okay, so you have to make something. Can you glaze this? Why don't you glaze that? And then once you're finished with that, you can make something else and get some more mentoring. We only need a bronze, so silver is fine. It's only for the final one where it matters. And I tried doing classes back to back without leaving, and really? Oh, right. And the second one didn't count, so I'm definitely not doing that. So are you almost done with your glazing? No, you're still working on it. Well, oh, see, it still is time. I guess I should have sent him. I figured, oh well, it'll hit his responsibility, but whatever. He's young. He can get it back another time. Okay, so we need to make a new friend. I have to say that I didn't have any luck with that. Okay, you are gonna move. Why don't you go here. Just get out of my way so your dad can make another thing here. So you're gonna craft a new ceramic. And this time we'll make an oil burner. You can glaze this. What is this you're going to do? Resume. Okay, you can resume what you were doing. That's fine. Alright, so now that you started that, you're going to ask her... I want you to ask her for pottery mentoring so we can get that minute. There's nobody here that we can make friends with. Oh, no. You know what? Why don't you just go? Because that's annoying me. Seeing that flashing is annoying me. I thought I asked you to get pottery mentoring. I have to say, it's kind of glitchy. We're just gonna keep being friendly. We'll have a holiday. You can be thankful for that holiday. And it's gone down again. It was at 29 minutes and now... Oh, we got a gold, so it doesn't really matter. It's a little bit random and all over the place. I don't really understand that. Will it actually sign off this time? Of course, you can't end it early. You have to actually do the whole class. Otherwise, I know for payment you don't get paid if you end it early, even if you get to a gold. I'm guessing the same thing's going to happen for the aspiration. So, we've done the class. Now we're just waiting to see whether it will count for all of them for the bronze level. And I'm just going to do some of this. Oh, fun fact. I was playing with teens and I had teen break the ceramic and hit their emotional control. Because I was doing it because I wanted to break it and repair it like I've had her do. But yeah, you have to... Oh, that did not work. Got a last exception for that. Maybe this doesn't work so well. What happened to the broken thing? Can you repair it? Can you repair it now? This is your daughter's, so we'll put that in her inventory. And he's still... Yeah, oh well. It's over. Class is over now. Yeah, class scouts is over. Yeah, you can just stay there. And you made another thing, Sophia. I'm just gonna leave it there because there's really no point. Is that something? No, that's something. No. Can you? Whose is this? That you'd have to scrap that. Is that? No, that's not yours either. George, is this yours? Nope. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna look and see. We got one class for George. We're going to move over to Rhett. Yes, luckily Rhett got it since she actually triggered it. Audrey, I thought it was on. So they both got it. And so did Sophia, who also needs a mentor, but we can get on that. I'm sure her parents can be a mentor for something. But we're actually going to leave this part here. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!